A single star burns over the mountains. Below, a baby screams into the night. Cries carry across the valley to a building tucked between the trees. A man grabs his knife, thinks a rat snuck inside. Bare feet through the doorway, blade ready. The frame filling the entrance belongs to a full-grown hunter, and this forest is his territory. Turns out nobody broke in. The hunters tracked a sound up the mountain and found nothing. The big man steps through with weapons on his back, scanning every corner. A tiny cry cuts through the room. One of them swears he heard a baby and a man just a second ago. The hunter freezes, catches a glow on the ground. Light pouring off a newborn, and the man can barely get the words out. Blonde hair lit up with raw energy, mana rolling off the baby hard enough to light the whole room. The glow keeps climbing, spilling across the walls. Heartbeats shake the panel. A woman rushes in asking why his face went pale. He asks if she heard that baby crying, voice cracking. She stands frozen, hand over her mouth. One look between them and the decision locks. This child is theirs now. Time jumps forward, wind gathered the clouds, and the world around the baby started changing. Rain fell onto land that hadn't seen water in ages. Dried up ground turned green, and the village sang. The boys started shielding them from threats too. Mysterious power brought them peace, for the first time anyone remembered. Nobody went hungry, nobody went thirsty. Villagers had no access to research, so they figured his power had to be beyond explanation, and gave him a title. A hand taps the kid's shoulder, Dad asking if the boy is reading again. The boy spins around. Dad! Blonde hair, wide grin, 12 years old under a tree. The old man hauls mushrooms on his back, 40 years of hard living in his face. Fresh pick from the woods, bro lights up. Our MC says he wants to see the world, and the word magic slips out. Dad blinks hard. His father fires back that one swing kills a bear and one chop drops a tree, asks if that counts already. Villagers watch them walk past and start muttering the second they clear earshot. One asks if the kid can even earn a living carrying books all day. Another points out, bro looks nothing like either parent. A bully corners our hero, says his mom confirmed the boy is adopted. Real parents threw him away. Dad's fist tightens behind his back, but our MC stares at the cracked tree trunk and calls it awesome. One strike split the wood clean, asks if that counts as magic, eyes sparkling. A red-haired girl steps up with a book under her arm, offers to buy him one at her father's shop since he helped her. Our hero lights up. The blacksmith's daughter tells him to drop by tomorrow. Bro waves the invite off. All he wants is magic and nothing else matters. About magic, those two words refuse to leave. The city of Creus opens ahead. Stone walls and towers pass the horizon. Our MC and his father step through the gate, kid nearly tripping over his own feet. The market stretches in every direction. Stalls, carts, crowds pushing past. Bro spots a woman struggling with a letter and writes it for her on the spot. A merchant behind them says the kid writes better than most adults here. An old man leans in and asks our hero what magic is. Catches the boy off guard. The answer makes the grandfather laugh, warmth and amusement in equal measure. Bro admits he barely knows anything yet, just that the word won't leave him alone. Books are what he needs, and this city has plenty. A storefront catches our MC's eye mid-sentence. Bro shouts, bookstore, right there on the corner. Dad says look around a bit, and our hero darts inside. The kid pulls a book from the back shelf and pauses. This isn't for children. Dense text, complex diagrams, actual magic research. The author was a master nobody could fully decode. The owner screams, dirty hands on expensive volumes, put it back now. A girl walks in and orders every rare title without blinking, panic behind the counter. The landlord's daughter just arrived. Our hero watches the stack grow. She cleared the same books he wanted, all read in a single month. One person emptied the rare section and Bro stands there, holding nothing. Volumes fly past his face into her arms. Someone asks if the kid is noble. Nobody else would touch those shelves. The girl clutches her stack, barely glancing at the boy covered in dirt. Our MC stares up, still empty-handed. Rare books sit behind a gate only nobles can pass. Bro on the wrong side. Quiet footsteps on a side street, the crowd thinning. Well-dressed nobles stroll past without a look. The boy asks how they're any different. The answer is blood. Our hero asks why they can walk through, and he can't. A voice from behind, sharp and direct. Bro turns fast. A guard says this area isn't for a kid alone. Beyond the gate is noble ground. Where are his parents? Guards mutter, orphan, maybe an errand boy for thieves, bring him along. Our hero weighs the options as hands reach for his collar and vanishes before contact. Every guard spins, gone. Cursing about losing a child in broad daylight, Bro peeks from behind a flower garden, coast clear. A long exhale, pure relief. Our MC swears nobody will keep him from studying. Not guards, not gates. A bag on the ground near a building entrance. A voice drifts through the wall about what magic is. The word headmaster reaches Bro's ears. A magic school, right here. Getting caught means trouble, but walking away means losing the only chance to hear real answers. So, the kid stays. Students argue about talent, wisdom, effort, money. The teacher cuts in with one word: insight. Those who spent their lives devoted to one pursuit eventually see through it, and effort across generations is the proof. The greatest mage ever born earned the title Archmage. Ancient decrees line the board. Magic works within the world's own rules. The teacher insists every student grasp that. Cultivate your spirit and anyone can become a mage. The class laughs at how accessible it sounds. Our hero mouths the words from outside: become a mage. The teacher turns toward the wall. That voice didn't come from any student in the room, and the kid has been here half a year. Bro grips the ledge, knuckles white. Blue eyes forward, the boy tells himself he will regret running forever. Tears at the edges, frozen between two choices. A path through the trees, an old voice asks the boy to walk with him. The headmaster stands in full robes, white beard to his chest, 4th class official mage. Two of them walk into the forest without a word. Heartbeat fills the whole panel, tears running down both cheeks. Our MC drops through the branches arms wide, falling into whatever comes next. Our MC stands at the wall of the magic school, barely tall enough to reach the window. Bro says it plain. He wants to see magic. The headmaster laughs and asks if the boy has ever even seen it. The students aren't amused. One fires back that a commoner can't read proper books. Our hero snaps that the student can't read at all, which shuts them up. The old man waves the tension off, and wind tears through the clearing from his bare hands. Bro whispers it, wind, barely processing. The gust rips past everyone before the thought finishes. The blast sends the entire class airborne. Our hero flies alongside them, laughing while the rest panic. Bodies scatter across the sky. A dozen students hang in midair above the academy. Bro's face shifts. The ground is rushing up fast, screaming on the way down, trees rushing up. The students land and crack up laughing at each other. One tells Bro that what just happened is magic, tone dripping with superiority. Our MC kneels in the dirt, not answering. Blue eyes look up, asks what magic actually is, voice completely changed. The headmaster starts with an example, but our hero cuts him off. Says, examples don't matter. Bro demands a straight answer, no softening. Students can't believe the attitude aimed at the old man. Whispers spread about the commoner with zero respect. The old man grins, not offended at all, explains that magic suppresses logic, a phenomenon exploring truth in an unknown world. If it sounds paradoxical, that's the point. Closer to contradiction means closer to truth. Asks if the boy read that in books. Our MC says he found contradictions in the text. Most theory follows normal logic, but that didn't match how magic actually works. Bro figured the unexplainable had to be the real answer. One word back, indeed. Our hero asks directly how to learn magic, and the adults nearby call him a rare child. The headmaster talks with teachers about a commoner with this much instinct at this age. One cuts the praise short. Academy rules exist for a reason. The word commoner lands heavy, but the old man turns to a blue-haired student and tells her to enter the spirit zone. Bro watches, spirit zone, first time hearing it. The girl drops into focus within seconds, announces she's in, completely still, calm, radiating off her. Our MC gets asked if he can sense mana in the zone, answers correctly on the spot. Every student freezes at the word correct. One stammers about how years of training should be required for this. Mages inside the zone can sense surroundings through will alone. That's the explanation. Self-control over the phenomenon, the lesson carries weight. The test was about sensing the whole picture at once, and Bro grasped it instantly. Practice in a quiet place, feel yourself, then erase. Anyone can do it, but not everyone can. If the boy can't feel himself, expansion stays unconscious. The old man laughs, says our hero already understands, tells Bro to try it right here while teachers mutter that nobody his age enters the spirit zone. Our MC sits, eyes closed. Feel, what is me? Brain comes first, but that's a body part. Senses can't escape the physical either. Instead of defining it, Bro erases each sensation one at a time until the self gets quieter. Darkness deepens and energy forms where the body used to be. Only the mind remains, glowing raw in the center of nothing. A vision opens, a tree inside a sphere of light. The headmaster asks what the boy felt. The answer shifts the old man's expression, caught off guard. Bro says sound, all of it, every direction. Our MC confirms full awareness of the clearing. A teacher mutters in disbelief, Normal students take years, and this kid touched it first try. With practice, more sounds will open up. That's the parting lesson. Class ends and everyone heads back toward the school. Before they go, the old man pulls Bro aside, repeats that the boy's situation is unfortunate. Another teacher whispers that if this child were noble, the kid would surpass every student here. Careful words back, plenty of talented kids exist in the world. Bro sprints down the path, every step lighter than the last. Footsteps pounding dirt with pure energy. Tears hit the air before they fall, the kid's face crumpling mid-run. Our MC stands still, blue eyes forward. It worked. The spirit zone stretches ahead, a tree of light inside a sphere of pure energy. A bird made of mana sweeps through the glow, leaves trailing behind its wings. One blue eye snaps open, heartbeat pounding through the frame. The endless vastness made the kid shudder. For one moment, Bro broke free from the physical body and became infinity. The trance shatters and the ground slams up. Our MC crashes into solid stone, mid-sprint. Bodies tangle on the pavement from the collision. Bro scrambles up apologizing, hands on the dirt. Two thugs tower over the kid, ask who our hero thinks he is, calling the boy annoying. Fists cocked back and a demand for payment follows, says Bro was born nuts. Our MC tries to apologize, but the thug flips it, says the kid came here to kill him. A voice from behind shuts everything down. One of them shouts for the noble girl walking by. She steps through the group and the thugs part without being told. Red hair and green eyes catch the light. Our hero hasn't moved from the ground. Bro stares up. A noble standing right here in the middle of the alley. The kid whispers it, she's beautiful. The lead thug flips the whole story. Says Bro tried to kill him and demands a lesson. The girl's face says everything. That story doesn't match a single thing she saw. Fists connect anyway, coughing on the stone. Threats pile up. They bring up the kid's mother and swear they'll go after her next. One thug spots the shift in Bro's eyes and points it out to the others. A mocking voice asks if the kid's feelings got hurt, tone, mocking, and loud. The thug tells our MC to try that look one more time. A hit lands clean before the sentence ends. One warns, careful not to leave bruises on the face. Another screams to stop, says they're going way too far, asks if Bro is even conscious. Our MC stands back up and says he didn't do anything wrong. The girl tells them to stop. Enough is enough. Both thugs get bored of the beating and start talking about sending Bro away to the southern village where nobody would even look for a commoner. Our hero catches every word and the color drains from the kid's face. Bro screams for mom and dad, voice cracking raw across the alley. The red-haired girl watches from the side with a thin smirk, confirms the offer sounds good, and asks how much. The thugs laugh and say they need to check the goods first. One tells Bro to lose the clothes, asks if the kid has no shame. Our MC repeats the words in disbelief. Take everything off. The girl backs off saying she was joking, then notices Bro actually started removing clothes. One of them asks if the kid has gone completely insane. Blue eyes glow bright in the dark, mana rolling out with zero control. The lead thug grins wide, his face twists up close into pure menace. The grin drops the second the thug feels what's building. A hawk made of raw energy tears through the alley, talons first. Blue light floods the space from underneath. Bro looks around, asks what this place is. Our hero stands alone in a pillar of light, back to the viewer, arms at the sides. Lightning strikes the tree from the meditation. This place is old memory. The headmaster's voice surfaces. The old man said to focus. A hand reaches toward a glowing orb of condensed mana. Our MC's eyes go white as energy erupts outward, cubes of light shattering past the rooftops. The thug grabs Bro screaming, asks if the kid went deaf. Energy crackles across the thug's hands without him noticing. The red-haired girl shouts, "Wait, just a second," but the timing is gone. The blast detonates. Blue mana swallows the alley whole. A spiral of energy tears the ground apart around the impact. Bro sits at the center afterward, blonde hair settling, staring at nothing. Close up on one blue eye, pure shock. Bodies scatter through the air above the building, screaming on the way up. Our MC stands below, watching them fly. Debris rains down with the thugs. One crashes into the pavement face first. Another grabs a broken leg and howls. A third begs for help, can barely move. A voice cuts from behind, sharp and furious. The red-haired girl storms into Bro's space, demands to know who the kid is. The girl asks where a commoner learned magic and how any of this is possible. Guards sprint toward the blast from the next street. The girl's eyes flash red, her own power crackling forward with heat. A blade of energy tears past. An old man with a sword drops into the alley from above. A shout from the crowd. A boy has collapsed over here. Our MC lies face down on the ground, completely spent. The alley sits wrecked, bodies scattered on stone, and Bro whispers that nobody will listen to a kid like him. Cries for help fill the street as our hero calls out for Dad. Night drops over the city. Bro stares at the sky and says this world is harsh. The city skyline stretches across the view. A grand estate crowns the hilltop, first-class nobles. The head of the household greets his daughter and asks why she's back so early. The girl says every tutor ran out of material and nothing excites her anymore. Her father warns that overconfidence invites a surprise one day. Quiet falls. The man notices she's acting different today. The word magic leaves the girl's lips out of nowhere. Her father's face shifts, asks what brought this on all of a sudden. Red hair spills past the balcony railing as the girl leans forward, asks that if her father knows anyone at a magic school, introduce them. Snow covers the village. Someone calls for the boy, but Bro already left for the lumberyard. The red-haired girl asks about him, worried. A villager heads out to find the kid in the storm. Dad catches up and grabs our MC, told the boy to stop sneaking off to the city. Bro asks what actually happened that day with the magic. A massive tree stands frozen in the snow. Footsteps cut through the white forest. The magic that activated in the alley, our hero hasn't been able to use it since, energy sparking and dying every attempt. The power worked on instinct alone, and without knowledge, there's no calling it back. But the spirit zone still opens. Bro feels the pulse. Energy erupts around our MC as the zone locks in, heartbeats pounding. Temperature, sounds, every detail of the tree floods his senses at once. The feeling hits before the words do. Bro grabs the axe. Energy wraps the blade. The answer clicks. Our hero stands in the glow. He can feel it. Mana pulses from the kid's body across the clearing. One swing sends a shockwave through the forest. The tree drops from a single cut. Bro whispers, magic. Dad screams, asks what the kid just did. Calls it Thunderstrike, says landing it on instinct is a miracle, but out of 100 tries, our MC lands one at best. The power from that day still won't come back. Dad's face hardens. A book sits in his hands. Decision already made. They'll keep going, every day until an opportunity arrives. 3 years pass. Our hero sits on a hillside, older now, watching leaves fall. Wind moves through the trees. An axe splits wood clean. Bro works the yard with full focus, built from years of swings. Mid-chop, his eyes catch it. The zone opens on command and energy detonates. A blast tears through the forest from one strike. Our MC stands in autumn leaves, mana fading from his hands. 5 hours gone, Bro didn't notice the time. Energy ripples through the frozen stream. Deep in the zone, the boy senses at the atomic level, electrons, force, everything connected. The headmaster says to push further. Daily practice built this, even at his age. Enough for today, time to go home. 2. Walk through the autumn forest, a hint that things will change. A carriage sits outside the house. Bro announces he's home. Dad is already inside, and the room feels different. Our MC spots a stranger at the table. One blue eye catches the shift. Dad tells Bro to greet the visitor, an envoy from a count's estate. Polite bow, formal introduction. The envoy says he came specifically to meet the boy, studies Bro's face up close, asks if the kid reads. Our MC says since he was small, and the man's jaw drops. Bro asks why the envoy is talking to him instead of his father, says the boy's reputation reached the estate. A mountaineer's son who reads and has manners, impressive enough to warrant a visit. Our hero hesitates. The offer, work for the count's household with access to the estate, 3-year binding contract, just the boy and the envoy, no one else involved. Bro's eyes widen. The estate has a library, every book he could want, but the warning follows fast. Leaving the mountain means no safety net. One wrong move and the family is done. The pay comes at a price nobody can reverse. Ask Dad if money is what the father really wanted. Dad stammers, just wanted to give the boy a chance. To achieve his dreams, barely gets the words out. The room goes still. The envoy laughs, asks what Dad is debating, says any other parent would jump at this. Confirms Bro reads, but he isn't hiring a reader. Dad realizes the man wants the boy's dreams crushed, not supported. A sharp accusation. Has the father been lying to his son this entire time about what a commoner can become? Flashback. A woman taught the boy words for fun when he was small. By 5, our MC read on his own, faster than every kid in the village. Above all else, the boy was genuinely brilliant. Dad's mind races. Could the kid be meant for a school, not a mountain? Catches himself. This is his son. A mountaineer's son learns the mountain. But when Bro started working the lumber, Dad got scared and admits he gave up fighting it. Drops to his knees, Begs the envoy to hire bro, says the kid reads fluently and is the smartest in the village. Please just let him read some books, voice cracking on every word. The envoy says they don't need a penny, then flips. If he'd known the father would pull this, he'd never have come. Screams at dad to get out of his house. The rejection ends the chapter cold. The envoy's voice still rings. Get out of my house. Dad fires back about mocking his family over money. Bro steps in, says he'll do it. Voice steady, cutting through the argument. Dad screams the boy's name. Our hero stands between them, making the call on his own. Tells his father it's all right, asks to let him go. Bro swears he'll never abandon the job, no matter what happens, won't resent anyone for the outcome. The envoy gives 1 week to decide, warns that once hired, the boy serves until the contract ends. Dad can't believe what just happened. Dad blames himself, says it's his fault for letting the envoy in, and promises to take responsibility. Our MC looks back. Thanks his father with a smile that doesn't waver for giving him such a big gift. Dad's face breaks. The old man grabs Bro tight and tells him not to worry. Asks if the boy thinks his father can't protect him. Come back safe. Our hero swears nobody will lay a finger on his family while he's gone. Dad stands alone in the snow and asks himself if he finally raised the boy well. 1 week passes, contract signed, papers sealed, Bro's name on the line. Dad watches our MC leave, barely holding it together. The envoy says time belongs to the boy now and leads the way. Luggage goes in the back. A door opens to a new world. Our hero stands alone in a grand hallway, the silence pressing down. Heartbeats fill the panel. Bro thinks of his parents, mother, father. A hand grips tight. Carriage wheels roll across wet stone. Our MC tells himself not to shake. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance, a double-edged sword. Surrounded by people with real power, Bro wonders if he can survive 3 full years. The capital city grows in the distance. The kingdom of Tormia, capital Basilica. The family is a warrior household, official protectors with generations of knights behind them. The current head holds 4th-class rank. And the estate's famous attraction opens ahead, the great walkway stretching through the autumn trees. Our hero's jaw drops, the envoy already bored by the reaction. A warning lands. Watch the neck around here. Everything about the evening feels too big to process. Bro takes in the buildings and says it out loud. This is real, one of the great noble houses. The family crest carved into stone towers over the entrance. The name of the household fills the frame. A separate building, the office where Bro will be working and studying. Not where he sleeps, though. The steward asks if he's arrived. The old butler tells our MC to follow and promises to explain inside. Massive doors swing open. Bro steps into the great library and the air leaves his lungs. Shelves reach the ceiling on every wall, the Count's personal collection. The job, read every book to the proper level, spend the rest of the time organizing the shelves. Eventually, Bro earns permission to read some titles, but the noble family's personal quarters are off limits, permanently. Our hero doesn't care about the rules, says he's risking his life for this, asks when he starts. Tomorrow. The library stands waiting in the evening light, Bro, in work clothes, standing between the shelves for the first time. The organization system clicks fast. Our MC realizes the Count's method follows literary structure. If a collection covers a subject fully, the categorization reveals how each field connects to the next. Every person would sort differently, but a true collection shows the professional depth underneath. One question leads to the next. Bro pushes deeper into the logic. All knowledge is connected, the pattern forms in the boy's mind, and the backbone that ties everything together. History, knowledge sits on a line called history, and history is the spine of all learning. After grasping that, Bro uses the timeline to reinforce every other subject. Not enough time. Our hero swears to read every book in the 3 years he has, all for the dream of becoming a mage. Catches a sound, hides the book fast. Can't let anyone see him reading. It was never officially allowed. The head servant asks if Bro is organizing shelves again, working overtime. Our MC says yes without flinching. The servant warns about health and condition, tells Bro to rest. Door closes, footsteps fade. A noise. Our hero flinches hard, nearly caught reading during overtime hours. In all the years, nobody has bothered coming into the library at night until now. The steward tells Bro to take care of his health, keep the meal quality up, and cut that long hair. Our MC agrees quietly. Footsteps fade. Bro exhales. 3 years of staying invisible, keeping emotions locked down. But the dinner problem is real. Cooking for nobles is a different world entirely. Every dish is a struggle. No natural talent for it, no education in the kitchen. Every recipe feels foreign. But if Bro wants to survive here, every single night needs practice. just one line of improvement at a time. Pen hits paper, notes pile up in the dark, a notebook full of recipes, observations, and schedules. A familiar figure walks past, sighs, calls it dull, says the boy has been reading the same book for a full moon cycle, asks if bro actually thinks studying will lead anywhere, adds that if the kid had been digging into practical books, the steward would have burned him out of work hours. But this is harmless. Walks off in the dark, calls our MC an idiot who dreams too big. 3 months inside the estate, bro has been living in the library pulling every book off the shelves. Reading speed climb fast, and the steward notices each improvement. The old man lays out how noble households operate. Commoners brought in are tools. Always have been. If a noble decides a servant lost value, that servant vanishes, and nobody asks a single question. Bro takes it in. One wrong step, and the family ends him without a second thought. Footsteps echo down the hallway. A door slams up ahead. The blue-haired kid storms through. Son of the household, wild energy, zero patience. Golden eyes lock onto our MC from across the room. The young master tells bro to keep quiet about seeing him here. Our hero nods, but the kid already bolted past the corner. Turns out the noble brat was hiding from swordsmaster training. The trainer shows up, green eyes, solid frame, presence filling the entire doorway. Asks where the young master ran off to. Our MC freezes between lying for a noble and telling the truth to a man twice his size. The swordsmaster steps inside and scans every corner. A shoe sticking out from under the desk gives it all away. The blue-haired kid gets yanked out by the collar, face twisting in every direction, dragged straight to the training yard without a word. The noble brat kicks and argues the entire way. Our hero watches from the hallway, relieved that ordeal ended. The young master turns back mid-drag and locks eyes with bro. Promises revenge for the betrayal, voice carrying through the whole wing. After that, the kid vanishes from the estate, gone for a full month. Bro finished the first book in 25 days. History became the backbone of every study session. Wars, kingdoms, lineage records stacking up. A suspicion kept growing with each page. Magicians follow strict methodology. Real magic starts with how scholars organize what they absorb. Our MC sits cross-legged in the library, books towering on every side. Reads a passage that clicks. If a person could learn how magicians structure information inside their own mind, becoming a real magician might actually work. Excitement hits bro's face on the spot. A scream tears through the library door, the blue-haired kid is back, and every word drips venom. Says he endured hell just waiting for this exact day. Our hero asks if the kid seriously came back over that. The noble confirms without blinking. The young master says he did 1,000 sword drills every single day. Each session wrecked him, crawled back on his knees with hands barely holding together. Bro stares back and asks what the kid expected because the truth was all Arma gave. The noble fires back that bro told his father everything and that cowards hide behind honesty. Our hero says people with power always twist logic against those below them. One question cuts through the argument. What can bro do to fix this? The blue-haired kid pauses, thrown off by someone actually asking. Admits our MC has a strange personality for a servant. Golden eyes study bro differently now. Decides to settle this another way. Moonlight overhead, the kid tells our hero to follow him outside. Two figures stand on the training grounds at night, breath visible in the cold air. Our MC says a fair duel beats living as a target every day. The young master throws a blade without warning. Bro catches a wooden sword midair, stares at the thing in disbelief, a wooden blade. The noble brat declares he will become the greatest swordsman and demands the duel start now. Our hero fires back that defending family dignity was the excuse, but the kid just wanted to dodge his teacher. The accusation lands, golden eyes shift, jaw clenched tight. The blue-haired kid draws up tall and says even if his own family looks down on him, bro will never earn that right. Blade forward, tells our MC to come at him. Offers 3 free strikes given the gap in skill between them. Those golden eyes carry pure, noble blood. Bro's mind races, 0 training, 0 experience, 3 shots at landing a real hit. Decides to go all in and charges forward screaming at full volume. The first strike connects, the noble counts out loud. 1. Our hero swings again with everything, demanding the kid take the fight seriously. Impact rips across the training ground, wooden blades crash, energy flying off both sides. A calm voice counts again. 2. Golden eyes narrow and ask if bro has ever touched a sword before. 1 chance left. Our MC grits down for the final shot. Blue light erupts mid-charge, energy pouring off every step. Those golden eyes go wide. Admits the stance is harder to ignore than to block. Wood splinters on contact. The sword shatters apart. The blue-haired kid grins through the dust and says the turn belongs to him now. One full overhead swing comes down with everything behind it, debris scattering everywhere. One golden eye fills the frame. The chapter cuts mid-swing. The wooden blade cracks. Bro held on for 3 strikes. The noble kid steps forward for his turn. One swing sends our MC flying, splinters across the ground. Bro eats dirt, body wrecked from a single hit, and that was just wood. Training between them went on for 3 full years after that night. The blue-haired kid stops mid-session, asks where our hero learned to swing a blade. Bro says it's not swordsmanship, just a woodcutting move from his father. The old man was the strongest lumberjack in the mountains, and every strike Bro throws comes from chopping trees. The noble is the first person those swings ever targeted. The young master can't process that, half genius, half idiot. The whole style is one move, top to bottom, pure vertical force, 0 variation. Wood splits clean in a flashback. The strike on actual lumber. The father grins and says there's nothing left to teach. The boy surpassed everyone around. Claims Bro inherited his genius, chest out. A birthday feast kicks off, the whole household laughing around the table. Back in the present, the noble kid stands alone in the dark, can't catch up, and it's eating him alive. Bro approaches carefully, golden eyes snap around, refuses to acknowledge any of it. Our hero asks what went wrong and gets told to shut up. A blade swings without warning. The noble grips the sword with real intent, throws a weapon at Bro's feet. The terms drop fast. The young master says if Bro entered his world, treatment changes. 1 month from today, a slash cuts the air. Real swords, this exact spot, our MC's face drains. Real blades mean actual death. Bro begs the kid to reconsider, never trained with a real sword. The noble fires back that prep time is why the deadline exists. Running is off the table. Our hero grips the handle and swears to surpass the young master here. The estate sits between green hills, deep roots, and deeper expectations. The family carries both black and blue hair in their blood. The patriarch favors black-haired children, his brilliant eldest daughter included. The first son earned his genius title young. The second son followed the same path. The blue-haired kid stands apart, born different, assigned an exclusive instructor just to keep pace. Anyone in the household knows that gap. Bro realizes the kid carries weight nobody talks about, but our MC can't sit still either. Becoming a mage is the only way out. If a fight is coming, defense goes first, survival before ambition. Our hero hits the ground after another session, swearing to give every drop left. A scream rips across the open field next morning, full sprint. The swordsmaster says the noble kid passed 100 laps faster than the record. Onlookers can't believe the pace, jaws dropping at the conditioning. A muttered question gets ignored entirely. The trainer asks if anything harder exists, red eyes locked on the kid. Asks what happened to the young master. The noble says nothing, face blank. The old swordsman lets it slide, but suspicion stays. The kid's aggression tripled without explanation. The training ground opens wide. The kid yells to bring it on. Schema gets named. A virtual body blueprint the mind builds over the physical one. Mages carry spirit zone. Swordsmen carry schema. Schema pushes that image to the extreme. A master controls every single cell. Perfect command from head to toe. Bro asks if trying it would work. Spirit Zone came easy. The foundation felt identical up to a point, but Schema demands tying perception into physical existence, opposite direction from Spirit Zone. Our MC tries stripping the barrier, converting pure senses into body control. The process stalls halfway, 2 systems refusing to merge. Decides to keep Spirit Zone training on the side and swing for now. A strike from above, full power, full scream. The swordsmaster yells to stop before muscles burst, but our hero says they haven't yet. Confusion hits. Why aren't the muscles tearing? Bones should be breaking and they're holding fine. Another swing lands clean. The answer hits mid-session. Schema won't activate for Bro at all. The swordsmaster calls it and ends training. Sunset across the grounds. Someone asks what the noble kid is thinking. Golden eyes say the arms hurt and nothing else. A compliment lands. Today's performance topped everything. Good enough to beat anyone. The young master says that's why the training stays this brutal. The talk turns. Asks if the kid planned anything past all this effort. The noble admits not knowing what success even looks like. The swordsmaster says geniuses know the time poured in was real and they earned it. Effort and confidence feed each other for people born with talent. But the real worry for every genius runs deeper. The natural enemy of genius exists. Among countless people, it always finds its way. The young master grins and says anyone in the way just gets beaten. One golden eye fills the frame, teeth bared, swears to win no matter what. One blue eye answers from the other side. Bro's face carries the same fire without a word. Bro breaks swordsmanship down to pure math. An opponent attacks from every angle, but the directions are limited. In reality, 4 lines of attack exist, and blocking matches each one. 8 directions total when slashing gets factored in. 2 principles hold the whole system together. Block in every direction, cover every opening. The logic clicks into place. 1 attack, 1 block, the cycle complete. Energy rips through the exchange. Blades collide mid-air, light scattering off the impact. Another clash sends shockwaves across the ground, raw energy spiraling between both fighters. The swordsmaster laughs, says mastery has found its target. The realm of the sword stretches as far as magic itself. The duel is set and Bro accepts the risk. No idea if walking away is possible, but 0 regrets either way. Even a gap between life and death can't erase the world our MC discovered in these books. Fire and steel. 2 figures face each other on the training ground. The word drops. Begin. Bro steps forward, determined to prove 1 month of growth earned its weight. Our hero knows full well the noble could end this in a single, clean strike. That gap never closed. The kid trained in real swordsmanship, while Bro never learned a formal stance. If the young master carries the same talent as the rest of the bloodline, then beating him matters even more. Bro screams and charges. The swordsmanship on display stuns everyone watching. The skill gap between them sits on a completely different level, but our MC can feel it. The sword path, the exact line each swing travels. Bro evades at the last second. The noble kid's eyes go wide, asks if fear even exists inside our hero's head. Bro admits the fear of death can't be beaten alone, blue eyes locked forward. The key sits in refusing to imagine what comes next. Pure present tense, no future to be afraid of. 1 step forward. Any person could leap off a cliff. That's not courage, that's just switching off. The realization hits, Bro blocked emotions entirely. Golden eyes scream that fear of death dies here for both of them. A massive swing tears through the air, the call goes right, and the hit connects hard. The noble keeps pressing even after landing clean, tells Bro that cheap tricks always hit a wall they can't pass. Blades crash again, energy scattering wide. Our hero notes the blade is heavy and fast at the same time. Sensing attacks through synesthesia gets harder with each exchange. Pressure builds with every breath. Another collision shakes the ground. Bro curses mid-swing. The gap is closing in the wrong direction. Stares at the glowing blade coming down and admits this might be the end. A scream rips out of our MC's throat at full volume. Energy explodes on contact. The biggest clash yet. Dust settles, and the result makes no sense to anyone watching. The swordsmaster stares in disbelief. Blue light still crackling across the field. The noble stands over Bro. Complete domination in raw power. This is the family's true swordsmanship, and every stride carries enough force to shatter bone. The kid promises to crush our hero with pure strength. Bro screams and charges one more time. The young master finds it strange. After absorbing that many hits, any trained fighter would adapt. But our MC only uses forward movement, never proper defense, pure attack with 0 technique behind the blocks. The answer lands. Bro's understanding of the sword runs far shallower than expected, but where skill falls short, instinct fills the gap. If real technique won't come, then lowering expectations and going raw is the only move left. Blades meet in a flash of light. Bro announces the plan changed, full offense from here. The first attack under the new approach lands with terrifying speed. The noble can't process it. Thought our MC ran out of strength? Basic slashes, nothing fancy at all, but blocking them feels impossible, and the kid can't explain why. Pressure mounts, focus slipping, advantage shrinking, time running out. Heavy breathing fills the gap between strikes, disbelief pours out. This can't be happening. The swordsmaster erupts in laughter, calls for a banquet on the spot. Celebration fills the air, grinning faces all around. A dark hallway, a figure watching from the doorway. The noble kid's face twists, tells everyone to stop laughing, declares the goal of becoming the greatest swordsman in the world, voice shaking the hall. Shock runs through everyone present. Bro's eyes go wide at the outburst. Questions fly. Did our hero abandon schema, resorting to brute force with no plan behind it? Confusion on the noble's face. Bro's sword path vanished. Every swing became unreadable, unpredictable. A scream carries the final charge forward, energy pouring off every step. The strike connects with full force. The impact fills the entire frame. Bro can't read the attacks. Too many angles at once, energy filling every gap. A full swing comes through with raw power, and a blue eye catches the final impact, dead center. A sword sticks in the ground between them, both barely upright. Bro shakes on both legs, lungs burning. The noble catches his breath. That last exchange carried real power, both frozen, processing, the moment replaying on loop. The memory won't let go. The strike that shouldn't have landed. Our hero asks if swordsmanship really matters that much. A blade swings upward in the flashback. The noble can't believe the hit actually connected, never expected it to land. Asks what comes next. Even with the lead, the kid admits bro figured out the pattern mid-fight and adjusted on the spot. 3 words leave the noble's mouth, admits the loss. Says it again louder, lost. Again. Tells bro to just finish it. Voice cracked, pride gone. Our MC stares back breathing hard and asks if that's a joke. The noble blinks. Bro spells it out. Killing a noble means dying right after, so what kind of request is that? The duel made 0 sense to begin with. Bro fought to survive, not for honor. Our hero snaps and says the whole setup was absurd. A butler forced into a death match because the kid refused to face his own teacher. Screams that loyalty has nothing to do with it. Bro keeps going. If the young master actually cared, this pressure would never land on a servant. Standing up to the swordsmaster directly would earn more respect than dragging a butler into blade range. The noble blinks, nearly died, and the first thing bro does is lecture him. Asks what happened to the cold fighter from seconds ago. Realizes bro wasn't mocking him during the duel, clashed with full force out of genuine respect. The kid's expression shifts. First time someone fought him that way, without looking down at the gap between them. Bro scratches the back of his head, tension draining. The noble introduces himself by family name and asks to be friends. Hand extended under the sunset. Bro takes it. Time moves forward. The estate from outside, years of study stacking up inside the library. The steward walks the halls with purpose. The glasses man stops and looks over bro's progress. Says the growth in a single year exceeded expectations. Our MC thanks him quietly. Bro reflects on the library years. The father's personal collection held volumes most researchers never access, and the range kept expanding. Research capacity sharpened with every session, and the framework behind magic study will finish soon. Spirit Zone improved alongside everything else. The training paid off in both directions. The steward says the finish line sits close, but warns bro not to quit before reaching it. The family still holds the cards. Our MC asks what other benefits exist beyond the library. The old man says the household sends members away once a year, and returning is expected. That includes bro now. Sitting closer to the noble kid for months changed the dynamic. The youngest son needs fewer books and more attention. Bro clutches a volume to the chest and warns not to damage it. The noble waves it off, promises to protect the library and bro's work over anything else. Even burning the place down wouldn't shake that promise. Money means nothing compared to what bro built here. Our MC asks why the kid cares about study material at all. The noble shrugs and says bro should just keep reading. The young master whines about boredom in the library, legs kicking, patience gone. Bro explains the material covers real discoveries, and the kid pretends to listen for about 10 seconds. 10 minutes later, the topic shifts. A researcher suggests bro could go further with formal study. Our hero asks the librarian about rare volumes and gets pointed to a section that shouldn't exist. Bro dives in, material no one told him about, sitting untouched for years. The reading speed stuns everyone watching, pages turning faster than most people skim. Our MC hums through a passage, finds a volume connecting swordsmanship theory to energy systems, opens 2 more books at once to cross-reference. The text describes what happens when a swordsman fights clean with a single line, pure straight cuts, nothing else. Mountains stretch across the landscape, bro's thoughts expanding with every chapter. The noble calls it boring. Bro says the material is fascinating. The kid asks how illustrations of old men count as entertainment and what hobbies exist beyond reading. Then asks who wins between a mage and a swordsman. Bro asks why they'd fight at all. The young master says the swordsman wins, obviously. A voice greets the second young master. The noble's rank in the family confirmed out loud. Bro's head snaps up at the title. Didn't know. The kid mutters a congratulations that lands awkward. Asks if our MC heard that. The weight of the moment settles between them. The hatted servant says a butler who understands noble-level knowledge won't stay invisible for long. Bro asks how the man can be certain. The answer points to bro's adoption. Once people look at the records, the picture changes. The conversation lands on adoption law and how the estate handles those matters. The noble walks up and asks if bro is ignoring him. Our MC asks what the kid thinks. Confusion fills the response. That kid always assumed bro fit one category, but the direction keeps shifting. The hatted servant mostly agrees. If the headmaster saw this soul, the conclusion writes itself. Mentions knowing an adult in the swordsman clan who already looks forward to what bro becomes. One word lands firm, wrong. The declaration follows, the mage loses. Reactions across the room. Bro pushes back. That answer doesn't sit right. The hatted man says from a young age, bro carried admiration and freedom to think that nobody taught. It just existed. brings up the 5th class Mage system and Spirit Zone as proof that Bro's path was always set. 2 words fill the frame: infinite Mage. Our MC's eyes go wide and the concept plants itself deep. The hatted servant asks if Bro enjoys magic, brings up the 5 class Mage ranking system. Anti-magic comes up next, a technique that disrupts a mage's spirit zone entirely. The explanation drops. Anti-magic is a mage's exclusive weakness. Fighting inside a spirit zone domain is the same as swimming against currents in freezing water, and anti-magic strips the senses by disrupting every flow at once. Without access to the spirit zone, a mage can't touch magic at all. Schema armor blocks magic from landing, but up to a certain point, that's still theory. Anti-magic is an ancient technique, and no modern mage system comes from a single stream. Layered defenses weaken it further. Even masters of the old tradition lose efficiency depending on the matchup, and the cost runs high. The price of using anti-magic pushes the user to the edge, and a swordsman with it becomes terrifying. Bro asks why a mage would learn a technique designed to destroy mages. The answer shocks him. Mages researched the limits of their own vulnerability and sold those findings. The Hatted Man calls mages a class that exposes its own kind's weaknesses for profit. Bro says that's harsh, but that's exactly what a mage is. The word hangs in the air. The technique Bro just heard about was built by a mage in the first place. Anti-magic went beyond combat, used in academies against magical tools for suppression. The Hatted Servant explains that anti-magic is also used to defeat the strongest swordsman in the world, which is why the sword side carries a disadvantage they can't erase. A grin from the Hatted Man, the debate settled on his terms. Idealism and reality sit on opposite ends. A mage's physical limits don't disappear just because the knowledge is there. Bro exhales, relieved the lesson ended without a sword to the neck. Our MC praises the swordsmaster's training. The aggression in those sessions left marks. The Hatted Servant says Bro's tongue is as sharp as the reading speed, and every book in the estate got consumed. The servant's reputation inside the household grew alongside Bro's intelligence. The next step sits just ahead. 6 months later. The steward adjusts his collar in the hallway. Bro finished faster than anyone anticipated. The library's technique catalog only reached a certain level. Beyond that, the books thin out. Sending away a servant this capable feels wrong. A discussion about Bro's future unfolds between the two of them. A name sits written on the document, our MC's real name in ink. The page turns. Becoming a scholar is straightforward. The theory stacked up across years of reading. The steward knows it too. The old man gets emotional watching what Bro built from nothing. A voice rips through the hallway calling our hero's name. The noble kid, sprinting, asks if Bro finished every last assignment. Disbelief on the kid's face. Did the whole thing actually end? Bro confirms, nothing left to learn in this library. The noble bursts out laughing, tells our MC the accomplishment is unreal, even before the kid himself could finish his own training. Bro asks if visiting the noble's house is possible. The kid blinks, stunned that a simple question carries that much weight after years of friendship. Agrees on the spot, and Bro's face lights up. Every meeting between them happened inside the library. Never outside, never with time to spare. The noble says the family left town, so the timing works perfectly. Let's go right now. Bro steps through the front gate and can't close his mouth. The estate towers above them at night, massive walls stretching in every direction. A tour through the main building starts without a second thought. Quiet hallways, only servants moving through, room after room, empty. Bro starts realizing the size doesn't match the warmth. The kid points at a door. This is his room. The small space at the end of the hallway. Barely a training lodge with a bed squeezed in. Our MC processes the gap between the estate and where the kid actually lives. A board game gets pulled out. The noble leans in, competitive from the first move. A groan escapes mid-match. The kid slams the table, lost again, demands another round. Food covers the table next. Bro eats with both hands going. The noble stares at the portions and asks what kind of fuel that body runs on. An argument breaks out over effort and potential. Bro pushes back about results and what schools actually measure. The kid fires back, stop obsessing over small details and look at the full picture. Schema comes up again, and the kid admits the technique still doesn't click. Bro nods, knows the feeling, close to understanding but never landing it fully, asks to borrow a book from the shelf, and the noble points at the only one worth reading. A sound drifts through the hallway. Bro freezes. Piano, and only one person in this estate plays it. The noble's older sister, the court pianist. Blue hair falling past the keys, a woman at the piano, the room lit warm behind her. She finishes and turns, asks how the piece sounded. Bro's brain shuts down trying to answer about the sonata, stammers that it was incredible, can barely form the words. She says nobody praised the playing in over a year, asks if Bro has ever touched a piano before. Bro denies it, but the interest is already written across every part of that face. Our MC realizes who's sitting at the bench. She pats the seat beside her and offers to teach. Bro's blue eyes go wide, asks if sitting there is real. The eldest daughter pats the bench. No one will punish Bro for sitting here, she promises. Our MC takes the seat, face already burning red beside her. She points to the keys. Do, re, mi, basic positions, right hand placement. 3 keys pressed together. The sound fills the room and Bro's eyes go wide. Our hero asks if trying a full piece would be okay. She says go ahead, warns it might sound rough, but that's normal for a first attempt. Bro sets both hands on the keys with intent, one blue eye in close-up, focus locked. She watches him play, and the form is completely wrong. Every position is off, fingers landing in the wrong spots, but she hesitates to stop him because the sound is perfect, identical to her piece. The woman realizes Bro replayed exactly what she performed minutes ago, note for note. Energy starts building under Bro's fingers. Blue light spreads across the keys. The glow erupts, music and raw power fusing together at the piano. Glowing hands hover over the keyboard. A hand lifts sharp. The eldest daughter asks if every note matched. The sound keeps climbing, transparent and clean. Golden eyes frozen. A servant replicated her sonata perfectly on the first attempt. Energy explodes from the piano, filling the room. She can't process it. The replication makes no sense, and the improvisation on top shouldn't be possible. Bro snaps out of it and apologizes, face drained. The door flies open. The kid storms and half-dressed screaming about the noise, calls his sister a devilish old woman, spots Bro at the piano with his sister and asks why our hero is here. Bro shouts that an explanation exists, stammers through every word and fails at all of them. A question drops about the relationship between Bro and the eldest daughter. Our MC blurts out, they're friends. The kid loses it, asking what Bro is talking about. The situation spirals. Nobody can form a complete sentence. Demands to know if his buddy and his sister are a thing. The steward tries calming the room, says Bro might be reckless, but means well. Question marks fly around every head in the hall. The argument drags in 10 years of household rules about common areas. Insists his sister needs friends just as much as anyone. A warning drops. The girl's temper is unpredictable, and Bro has no idea what's coming. The eldest daughter speaks up, glad Bro became a friend, thanking our MC quietly. That look between them gets caught by the kid. Bro mentions the elder sister's kindness. A hand grabs our hero's head and yanks it sideways. No permission granted for that comment. Bro yelps that it hurts. The kid doesn't care. Someone arrives, asks if the noble came back from vacation early. News hit fast about official business. The Mage examination system gets explained. A formal institution handles classification, and the process determines rank through tested ability. Graduating from approved organizations earns official Mage certification, crests and emblems lining the frame. Careers, money, and status all flow from that single title. Outside those schools, the only path runs through the official exam. One person passed that exam at 18, praise flooding in from every direction. Greetings exchanged between our MC and the guest. A farewell that ends with a question. Will they meet again? Bro promises on the spot. The eldest daughter watches from the side, interest visible. Bro catches the look and blinks. The noble asks if his sister has a boyfriend. Tone dead serious. Plays it off as casual curiosity after what just happened. Then screams her name down the hallway. Shouts that Bro asked if she has a boyfriend. The question echoes through the estate. The eldest daughter's face goes blank. Bro takes a hit. Punishment lands before any defense gets mounted. Aftermath, everyone flustered, the word boyfriend still ringing. Servants step in laughing, pulling the siblings apart. The head butler calls a name, voice low. Asks if the third son's friend actually visited. Report said no outsiders entered today. The butler pauses on Bro's name, heard it before. Memory clicks into place. Orders Bro to come to his room immediately. No questions. Deep in the forest, heavy breathing. The noble training with the swordsmaster. A 10-minute break gets called. The trainer discusses the kid's situation at the estate. Things would differ if circumstances changed. Schema remains the core problem. A servant sprints through the trees calling for the young master. The eldest daughter arrived at the mansion and was carried inside. Golden eyes demand answers. Told the situation is worse than that. A contract was found, the butler reported everything, and danger landed on Bro right now. The head butler sent a formal report to the patriarch. Panic hits instantly. The father knows about Bro, and an explanation might still fix it. The swordsmaster steps in the path, says the kid can't go. The kid pleads, "Teacher." The grand building stands in the distance. The great hall, servants lined on both sides, the family at center, Bro kneeling alone on marble. The patriarch speaks the full name. The sentence follows, execution. The news hits. The contract is in danger, and Bro was supposed to leave today. The head butler reported everything to the patriarch. The noble kid says he needs to meet his father right now. If an explanation comes first, forgiveness might follow. The swordsmaster blocks the path. No. The kid freezes. Teacher. Bro's full name echoes through the great hall. The patriarch speaks from the couch. Death sentence. The hall stretches wide, servants lining both sides. Disbelief hits the room. A commoner sentenced to die over this. Even the harshest rules shouldn't stretch this far. Voices rise trying to defend Bro, but the patriarch cuts through, asks what more there is to say. Written statements from household employees sit in the patriarch's hand. The evidence stacks against our MC without a gap. The patriarch asks if Bro has anything else to add. Last chance. Our hero asks one question. If the head butler had never reported this, what would have happened to the young master? The room goes tense. That question hit a nerve nobody expected from a servant. The patriarch's expression darkens, asks how a commoner dares pose questions in this hall. Tells Bro that nothing would happen to a noble son over a friendship with a servant, and thinking otherwise shows ignorance. Our MC responds plainly. The friendship is real, built over a full year of effort. And it will continue. Those last words land with weight. Bro staring up at the most powerful person in the household without flinching. The patriarch asks if Bro understands his own status, orders the head butler to handle the disposal, calls it a coachman's task. The noble kid bursts through the doors screaming for his father to wait, the eldest daughter right behind him. The patriarch says the order stands and won't change. Shock ripples through the room. The steward and servants exchange looks. Protecting Bro means risking everything. The choice weighs heavy on every face present, heavy on. Warnings fly. Be grateful the sentence isn't worse. Energy rips through the hall. The noble kid walks in, blazing. The eldest daughter calls after him. Both feet plant firmly in front of the patriarch. Demands to know who decided to kill his friend without permission. The patriarch answers, it was him. The kid screams that Bro just became his friend, and nobody earned the right to take that away. Servants behind the patriarch note the family's reputation sits at risk. A sharp answer fires back. Benefits of nobility come with obligations, and the family has been covering errors for years. Asks what good any benefit is if friends get thrown away for it. Nobles need friends who share their level. That's the rule. Asks if the kid truly believes a commoner sees him as an equal. Demands proof. The world is full of people who exploit nobles through their weaknesses. The kid insists Bro would never do that. The patriarch presses harder. How can trust be measured? Give proof that the friendship is real. The kid's face drops. Proof. The moment proof fails, everything ends. The noble struggles. How does a person prove feelings? Realizes a normal answer won't work. Thinks about what Bro would say in this position. If Bro were standing here, the answer would be immediate. The look in the kid's eyes shifts. A voice echoes. The lesson about understanding friends through their actions, not words. Thinking about the bigger picture, the answer forms, glimpse at their intentions as a whole. The person standing in front of him. Father, second-class royal, head of the family, black-haired knight, fourth grade official. Every title spelled out. This isn't a family argument, it's the real deal. 30 minutes earlier, the noble screaming at the swordsmaster that his friend could die. The trainer acknowledges Bro's existence, but reminds the kid that a commoner is a commoner. Golden eyes throw the master's own words back. You said it yourself. If two people can hold a conversation through a sword, anyone can be a friend. The swordsmaster asks if the kid understands what noble status actually means. Duty, weight, reputation. Asks if putting everything on a friend's back counts as friendship. Tells the kid that complaining solves nothing, but the kid fires back asking how standing by and doing nothing is any better when he was the one who reached out first. Declares the refusal to be a coward. Green eyes lock onto the kid. The swordsmaster likes what burns behind that stare, hands over a blade with conditions attached, orders the kid not to move from this spot until the moment comes. The noble swears to never forget the debt. One final line lands. Throwing away a friend is throwing away yourself. Back in the hall, the kid laughs in the patriarch's face, tells his father the bluff almost worked. Proof of friendship, the demand itself is the answer. Declares that his own existence is proof enough. If he stands here fighting for Bro, the friendship is real. The patriarch calls it nonsense, prestige crumbling, family reputation at stake, resignation on the table if this continues. The kid says he can protect his friend, even if it costs leaving. Offers to walk away from the family entirely. The patriarch snaps, draws a weapon, and demands the kid put his life on the same line. Asks if the kid would truly raise a blade against his own father. The noble draws, says the blade isn't aimed at father. It proves belief, nothing more. The patriarch says the kid doesn't stand at the same level, just creating noise to feel better. The noble answers firm, this time you're wrong. Says bro is above his own level. All the kid wants is to help our MC reach higher places. The patriarch responds with disbelief, tells bro to stay quiet, calls the noble's name. The kid vows to take everything needed from this moment forward. Didn't expect to be friends, but the bond is real. Swears to choose the friendship over his own life. Bro speaks, even facing death, zero regret about being friends. The noble confirms, that's it. Exactly the words both of them needed to say. Even if kicked out of the family, the friendship stands, emotions carrying everything. No logic, no calculation. An honest friend who never turns their back. Has anyone in this room ever met one? The patriarch goes quiet. Laughter explodes from the back of the hall. An old man in robes walks in calling it a masterpiece. The grandfather grins wide and says youth really is the best. Never expected this sight in his later years. The grandfather strolls in, heard from the eldest daughter that some interesting kids showed up, came early from vacation just for this, and the energy in the room confirms it was worth the trip. Bro recognizes the face. Previous patriarch, retired noble, the old man who built this family from the ground. The grandfather calls the place lively and grins wide. Youth really is refreshing. The patriarch brings up the family's reputation, questions about a commoner this close to the bloodline. The eldest daughter steps forward as witness, confirms bro was invited and treated fairly the whole time. All the patriarch's complaints came from staff reports, and the daughter dismantles each one calmly. The old man hears both sides and strokes his chin. Witness 2. The noble kid steps up, already fuming. The patriarch calls it bad luck and waves the testimony off. But the kid isn't having it, says it has everything to do with him. Confusion from the patriarch. What does that mean? The kid fires back that bro is his friend and age doesn't determine worth, then demands an examination at the academy. The associate butler steps into the frame. Witness 3, called forward with full rank, clears his throat loud, introduces himself with full rank and title, says the staff are not the opposition here, but insists that whoever raised bro did it well, completes the testimony. All 3 witnesses lined up, and the patriarch runs out of ammunition. The grandfather asks where bro was hiding, wants to see the kid personally, says both sides are trying too hard to protect each other, and that should count for more than any contract violation. The associate butler mutters the old man's title under his breath. A single word lands. The scale has tipped. The patriarch clears his throat. Flat refusal, cannot accept any of this. The room erupts. The patriarch's own father just ruled, and the son rejects it. Insists the relationship between a noble and a commoner ends here. The risk to the family reputation is real. Every servant in the hall exchanging glances. Nobody expected a direct override. The patriarch lists the dangers, outsiders using noble connections, enemies exploiting the gap. But the patriarch adds one condition: if they insist on keeping bro around, certain rules apply. The noble kid shakes, barely holding back. Bro speaks up, says the feeling of shame won't go away. The patriarch asks what bro means, admits the truth, already knew that deserting a friend was wrong, and understood it before anyone said a word. Our MC never planned to betray the trust. That was never a question. A sharp counter from bro, the friendship was real from the start, and pretending otherwise insults both of them. Our hero drops to one knee, bro swears on the spot, will never be a threat to this family. The eldest daughter pleads, tells bro to stop, afraid of what comes next. Our MC swears to accept any punishment if the promise breaks. The patriarch demands specifics. Words alone don't bind a commoner. Bro keeps going, swears to become the shield of the family from this moment forward. The grandfather's reaction: hadn't expected a vow this heavy from a servant, swears the oath formally. The third son's sword will protect the house. The eldest daughter screams for bro to stop, knows the oath carries a death clause. Raw energy tears through the hall. The vow activates. Bro kneels in the blast, arms steady, swears to become the sword of the family starting now. The patriarch stares, disbelief frozen on every feature. The grandfather explodes with laughter, calls bro absolutely insane, and loves every second of it. Text fills the frame. the origin of the Knight's Oath, dating back to the founding kingdom, a chaotic era where warriors fought for territory and one clan built enough power to unite them. The oath became the bridge between sword and service, a promise to live and die on those terms. The swordsmaster asks the question. Becoming a knight means giving up freedom entirely. The noble kid screams for the teacher. The grandfather turns to the kid, asks if the kid truly wanted to become Bro's friend, asks whether that desire came from qualifications or from caring about the person. The kid can barely respond. The answer lands clean. A friend doesn't judge, a friend protects. Laughter rips through the hall again. Even the servants crack. Nobody can keep a straight face anymore. The grandfather tells the patriarch to learn from the younger generation. Holding grudges behind a title is worse than any risk. The patriarch stammers, "Grandfather," grants permission on the spot. Take care of the grandson. Bro and the noble kid stand side by side. Permission granted. The conditions follow. Since both made a lifelong promise, the family has no choice but to honor it. The steward mutters that nobles are impossible to understand. The grandfather calls the display refreshing. Faces of the younger generation left marks today. Calls for a celebration. Earned it. Every last one of them. Bro grins at the noble kid, says the power to pull people in is real. The kid answers, decided to live that way, and the person to thank is Bro. Asks what that means. The eldest daughter steps closer. Both of them need to work harder to stay out of trouble. The kid explodes, screams about a decision to enroll in the Swordsmanship Academy. Asks Bro to get out. Servants rush in. What happened? Why is the kid throwing things now? The whole mood from minutes ago flipped. Celebration turned into chaos. The eldest daughter locks eyes with Bro, says she'll push enrollment through at the Magic Academy. All those years of reading and studying are about to pay off. Bro earned the spot. Our MC can barely process it, asks if that's real. The kid screams that Bro isn't going to a swordsmanship school. Bro is a mage, already accessed the spirit zone. The noble kid's face drops. Wait, that means a future mage beat him in swordsmanship. Asks what kind of knight loses to someone who doesn't even train with blades. The kid loses it completely, screams for Bro to get out, calls the eldest daughter a witch, and the whole estate hears it. The eldest daughter explains. Bro grasped enemy movements through the spirit zone during training. Says the spirit zone gave our MC awareness no swordsman could match. Asks if maintaining that concentration is possible inside a real school environment. The steward adds that the associate butler already accepted the contract termination. Bro is free to leave. But there's a catch. The man finished his own paperwork and vanished before anyone could stop him. Shock hits. The associate butler quit. Bro screams the man's title down the hallway. A figure walks through morning fog alone on the road. The steward catches up, asks the associate butler to reconsider. The man waves it off, says Bro's family needs to hear the news first and he wants to deliver it himself. A fist slams the table. The associate butler walks through a doorway, says the staff already left the estate, so acting normal would be appreciated. Promises everything is fine and there's no reason to worry. A door opens. The reception room. Bro runs inside, parents sitting there waiting. Both arms wrap around them. The reunion lands hard after everything. The steward tells Bro's parents what happened at the estate, says the family was so worried they could barely sleep. Bro's father asks why a noble household would treat a guest that way. The parents can understand a world where friendships get punished. A crest on someone's chest catches the old man's eye. Silence from everyone at the table. The mood shifts. Bro's mother catches it too. The patriarch's representative explains the situation. A noble house took a knight's oath from a commoner, which hasn't happened in a long time, and the family now wants to formally adopt Bro as payment. Wants confirmation from both parents. Bro's father reads through it fast, asks if anyone gave the kid a hard time at that estate. Anger rising, demands the truth. The family head arrives in person, introduces himself with full title and name. The eldest daughter steps forward next, greets Bro's parents warmly. Nobles standing in front of commoners, bowing. Bro's parents can barely process it. The parents heard stories about the noble family, but never expected to meet them face to face. Pure disbelief on both faces. A feast fills the table, formal gratitude from the noble house to Bro's family. Bro's mother asks what happened. The patriarch presents a gift, says it's a token. Bro's parents freeze. The family name behind it is enormous. Gratitude pours out. Bro gave his son friendship and meaning, and the family owes a debt. Admits he also has a separate feeling, an unpleasant one. The family head says he'll be monitoring Bro's progress from now on. Full support, no hesitation. Bro's father can barely hold it together, thanks the man, and says the boy found the right people. The patriarch's wife calls it a wonderful decision for the family. The eldest daughter's father agrees nobody expected this path, but it fits. The patriarch asks about the spirit zone, wants to confirm that Bro truly accessed it, explains that anyone with spirit zone access can learn magic with effort, regardless of talent. To get the official certificate, Bro needs to attend a proper magic academy, and the best one in the kingdom would be the right fit. The entry conditions are strict though, requires noble level background or equivalent standing. Congratulations start flowing. Bro's parents hear the words Magic Academy and can barely sit still. Our MC's parents realize their son is about to become a mage. The mother shakes, Magic Academy, their son, but the biggest problem is class. The academy doesn't allow commoners. The room goes quiet. The patriarch offers a solution. He wants to adopt Bro into the family. Bro's parents freeze. Adoption means their son becomes a noble on paper. After the family meeting, there was no other option. The only way a commoner enters the academy is through noble status. The patriarch promises the documents are just formality and the real parents stay the same. But with those papers, Bro becomes a noble. And a commoner giving up their child to a noble house cuts deep. Turns to Bro directly. What does the kid want? Silence. Bro already chose. Grabs his own father's hand, refuses on the spot. Says he's his father's son and won't get adopted under anyone else. Bro's father calls out, says the documents are just paper, the dream matters more, and nothing will actually change. Tells Bro to accept it. Becoming a noble opens every door. Our hero fires back. If changing fathers is the price, then staying a commoner is fine. The patriarch reminds Bro that commoners can't enter a magic academy. Then Bro won't enter. Tells our MC that means giving up on becoming a mage entirely. Bro accepts it. Then the dream dies here. The eldest daughter snaps. Asks why Bro is being so stubborn when the world demands sacrifice for success. Our MC fires back. Asks if her dream was a waste too, because the same logic would erase everything she worked for. The noble kid's face drops. Didn't expect that answer. Bro says his dream started with his parents. Every piece of it. Learning to read came from them. Getting a chance at the noble estate came from them. Every opportunity traced back to those two, and throwing that connection away to chase the next step would destroy the foundation. Tells the room that giving up on his roots is the same as giving up on breathing. Thanks the family for the offer, but the only friends Bro needs are the two sitting beside him. The noble kid's face shifts, barely holding it together. Asks what the kid wants to say. Bro's father drops to his knees, begs the patriarch to adopt the boy, forehead on the floor, pleading. The patriarch says he understands both sides, but Bro's feelings matter too. Then the father reveals it. Bro isn't his biological son. Bro repeats it. If changing fathers is the cost, the dream dies. The patriarch stares hard. What the kid just said carries weight nobody expected from a commoner. Bro's father drops to his knees, begs the patriarch to accept the adoption. Forehead flat on the ground. The father reveals it. Bro isn't his biological son. Bro's mother screams at her husband, asks what he's saying right now. An explanation follows. The two of them can't have children, and Bro was abandoned as an infant. Says the boy came to them through pure luck, and raising him was a gift. Admits he doesn't deserve a son this good. If Bro can reach a place only nobles see, then a real family should be the ones giving that push. The eldest daughter asks if Bro already knew about the adoption, about the roots. Asks if that's what drives the obsession with staying. Bro screams, "Dad!" Asks how his father could do this without asking first, blindsiding the kid in front of everyone. The patriarch asks a direct question. Did Bro really have no idea about being adopted? The reason Bro's parents never told him? They were afraid the boy would leave if he found out. Bro admits the truth. Always wanted to know, and always held back from asking because the answer might break what they built. Asks the father, point blank, "Are you thinking of sending Bro away to protect him? Who said anything about giving up on the dream?" Bro fires back sharp. Asks if the father forgot what kind of kid he raised. Another opportunity will come, and quitting was never on the table. The father freezes, realizes what he almost did. Tears hit the floor, apologizes for the selfishness of abandoning Bro a second time, calls the boy his everything. The patriarch watches both of them and stays quiet. Says a bond that strong could turn into real power one day. Tells Bro's father to send the kid to the estate. A parent this fierce deserves to be close. Also wants Bro's father to keep a golden ornament, worth enough to live comfortably. The noble kid hears there's a special school, an alternative to the Magic Academy, and asks if Bro can enter without noble status. wants to know what would make Bro the happiest. Asks if anything is truly holding Bro back, real obstacles or just pride. A long-standing debt services, someone who owes the family a favor. The patriarch grins, realizes there's a connection that could work, leaves the enrollment interference to the noble kid's father, and walks out. Bro's family stays at the estate thanks to the patriarch's generosity. The father still carries guilt for what he said at the meeting. Bro and the noble kid finally get free time together, first stretch of peace since everything started. The noble kid grins wide. 3 days pass, a building stands tall against the morning sky, the Swordsmanship Academy. Bro walks up to the entrance alone. The father breaks down, can't hold it anymore. Tells Bro not to cry, but the kid's voice cracks first. The noble kid's carriage is heading to the academy next year, says they'll meet then, says Bro must become a mage, says the same goal still stands, swears to become the strongest knight and the shield that protects our MC, promises to keep Bro safe, always. The eldest daughter steps up, tells Bro not to waste the opportunity, and says the grandmaster will help along the way. Bro nods, says, thanks for everything. The servants comment, such a kind kid, thought Bro was cold at first but turned out the opposite. Warm and thoughtful in a way nobody expected, even outshining the nobles at times, graceful in every situation. Asks what happened with the eldest daughter. The eldest daughter asks Bro to look after her brother, voices her real worry. Bro pulls the red-haired girl and the eldest daughter into a hug, says they're all connected now and nothing changes. The girl shoves Bro playfully, tears and laughter mixing. Footsteps fade down the road, Bro walking away from the estate for the last time. The noble kid screams from the gate. Once Bro joins the mage school, crush everyone. Bro grins and shouts the kid's title back. A voice cuts through, calls Bro's name, and says the same goes for the kid. The swordsmaster stands at the wall, screams it louder. Bro yells back, the kid too. Narration fills the frame. These two would become the start of an event that shakes the entire world. A bird crosses open sky, wings wide over the road ahead. The magic school sits behind tall gates, a name carved in stone above the entrance. A cough echoes inside. The old headmaster says 30 minutes of travel is too much at his age. Tells a younger man that the academy can't provide discounts and the budget doesn't bend. Asks if the old man knows how much the headmaster suffered because of him back in the day. The younger man says the world will change soon. The school already feels it, and the eastern continent already shifted. Calls the headmaster a stubborn old man, but says there's a certain student worth watching. Asks the headmaster to guess what kind of student that might be. Says a friend's youngest son shows extreme talent. The headmaster knows the boy's father well. Says the kid is already exceptional, but there's a problem. Says taking in a friend's kid and the youngest noble are two different situations. If the boy is truly talented, there's no need to go through the back door. The official way works fine. Admits one concern remains, a small issue. The boy isn't a noble. The headmaster's hand stops mid-reach, asks if that's really what was said. Bro's words echo. Even at the cost of his life, the friendship stays. The headmaster recalls that first impression. The kid talked with a weight that didn't match his age. Bro rejected noble adoption, and the old man had to sit with a decision that made no sense. Asks the younger man if rejecting nobility makes any sense at all. Understanding follows. There's no logic, but the kid meant every word. The moment families get tangled with noble houses, they end up losing everything. Watched it happen for decades. Bro's father, begging on the floor, proved it. Asks whether the old man felt the same fear at that age. Admits that commoners who refuse to accept their position also refuse to judge themselves. That honesty is dangerous and rare. Still, the old man hasn't forgiven himself completely. Asks Bro directly, aren't you still forgiving yourself too? Tells Bro to stop holding back. The reason another friend won't appear is because the kid keeps treating every connection with guilt. If that child is who the headmaster thinks, there's no running from what's coming. The old man was a prodigy who abandoned the academy and only came back after losing everything. Almost destroyed it all, but returned in the end. Of course, the heavens have mercy. The fool had real talent and earned a proper restoration. Calls the old man stubborn. If doubt exists, no problem. If that's the case, then the kid who chased the headmaster 4 years ago has finally come back. Took this long to realize the old man was connected to Bro. The boy who ran away and returned changed. The talent behind the status barrier took a decade and is now standing here. Asks if this is really fate. The headmaster declares it, will accept Bro as a student. Footsteps on dirt. 3 months later, Bro walks up the mountain road toward the estate. Calls out to his parents, says he'll be back. The mother hugs tight, Can barely let go, says the boy grew up too fast, promises to write often, and asks if the hair looks good. The red-haired girl from the village shows up at the gate screaming, throws herself at Bro crying, says she's proud of who he became. The associate butler pulls up with a carriage, Schedule.S tight, asks if it's really okay, leaving the village after growing up here his entire life. Bro's father says a hunter's worth means nothing compared to what the kid earned at the noble estate, tells Bro to go without looking back. Bro shouts from the carriage, announces the departure to the whole road. And that's how the first day at the Magic Academy started. Wheels on stone, the carriage hits the main road. A hand taps Bro's shoulder. The associate butler wakes the kid up. They've arrived. The academy entrance towers above them. The path stretches through arches and pillars, carriages lined up along the sides. Bro calls the associate butler by title, says the man just did his job. The man replies that the thanks belong to Bro. Everything that happened was because of our MC's choices. Says he won't forget what Bro did for the family, and today changes everything. Promises to remember the kindness. A warning follows. Nobles inside won't treat a commoner kindly, and perseverance matters more than talent here. When Bro enters, most students won't even look his direction, but endurance wins. The old man says if Bro can hold out, the Mage title will come. Registration starts now. Time to enter the school grounds. Narration hits, the cradle of geniuses, and now Bro walks into it. Servants bow at the main entrance, full welcome formation. The campus opens up. Massive buildings, towers, gardens stretching in every direction. The headmaster greets Bro inside, says to reach out if needed, asks who will come meet Bro first. The wait begins. A board on the wall shows class assignments and enrollment data. Bro reads the list. Only 10 new students this year, confirms the name on the roster. A familiar laugh fills the hall. The headmaster appears in person, asks if Bro remembers their first meeting years ago, says the entrance test comes first. But there's no need to worry. The evaluation is simple enough. Asks Bro about the spirit zone. Can the kid enter it? Bro confirms, yes. The old man grins, says the kid is impressive, and asks which school year to place Bro in. Explains the academy layout and the entrance avenue they're walking through now. A student coughs mid-cast in front of them, magic sparking and failing. The headmaster calls out, asks if everything is all right. This is the classroom where beginners study and practice. A wide room opens up. Class 1, grades 10 to 8. Bro stares at the ceiling. Can't believe the scale of the place. Asks the headmaster what class everyone is using. The headmaster says every student in this room is practicing magic, each one casting at their own level. Bro notices the difference compared to the hallway. The energy in here is real. The instructor asks about a student who keeps breaking down mid-cast, suggests accelerating the curriculum if the fundamentals hold. Proposes restricting the practice time for that student's benefit. Fire erupts from a student's hands, a failed cast blasting outward. Coughing through smoke, the red-haired student apologizes to the headmaster, tells the student not to worry, try again. The student thanks the old man, next attempt will be better. Bro watches with wide eyes. The headmaster just let a student try again after a failed cast, and the whole room acts like this is normal. A red-haired girl with a book stands near the entrance, watching everything. Sharp eyes behind the pages, already measuring every person in the room. Bro stares at the students casting in the classroom, every single one using real magic. But the headmaster says this is a different place entirely. Explains that a conductor current can break down into a condensation ring under a dependent variable. Asks if flipping the primary axis while keeping the core function intact counts as a real transformation. Bro has no idea what any of that means. Fire blasts from a student's hands mid-practice, coughing through the smoke. Bro calls it another world, and means it. The notice board shows class assignments, advanced class, class 4. First place in the advanced class belongs to a first-class noble. Bro reads every name, realizes everyone here has the same rare talent. One person stands out above the rest. Our MC wants to challenge that student, wants to start from the top and work down, calls after the girl, wait up. The red-haired girl from the advanced class turns around. Sharp eyes lock onto Bro. One look and the air shifts. The girl walks through the rain, red hair pulled back, power rolling off every step. Bro freezes, can't move. A shout cuts across the hall, asks what the staring is about, begs Bro not to chase her. Two students nearby catch the whole exchange. One says, Bro looks interesting, calls Bro hot, then asks if the kid is new, guesses transfer student, but that's rare. One of them recognizes Bro's face, says the memory is foggy, but the features match. The other insists Bro doesn't look familiar, so it must be a coincidence. The first ranked girl from the advanced class, most popular student in the school, nobles lining up to get close, and every attempt shut down cold. The only person who ever tried to match her pace was applying to the academy itself. Asks Bro if that's the goal. Our MC panics and says no. The Magic Academy testing area opens up. Wide hall, stone floor, circle patterns carved into the ground. The headmaster says the real evaluation starts here. The entrance test isn't over yet. Explains the Spirit Zone test. Once Bro enters, the floor will react differently based on what the zone reveals. The results determine class placement. Strength, type, everything gets measured. Asks if Bro is ready, confirms yes. Bro says he can make objects float in the air. The instructor says to enter the Spirit Zone right now. Energy activates. Bro steps in. The red-haired girl watches from the balcony, eyes locked on the circle below. A teaching assistant records the data. New student, zone radius 12 meters. The previous record was also 12. Looks like the quality gets better every year. Next test, mental arithmetic inside the Spirit Zone. Tells Bro not to be nervous and just show what the kid knows. Bro agrees, says the best will come out. The instructor notes the child's potential healing ability. If an academy class doesn't match the family's ideal, placement gets complicated. Asks the red-haired instructor if this matches the standard pattern. The red-haired instructor fires back. Even if Bro were a practical genius, talent in this school isn't measured that way. Asks Bro directly, can the kid use magic? Bro admits the answer is no, hasn't learned yet. That changes everything. Even with potential, having zero academic knowledge puts Bro at a disadvantage. Nobles absorb knowledge from private tutors and family archives their whole lives. Bro had none of that. The instructor tells Bro to enter the Spirit Zone inside the circle. Asks if Bro can do it. Our MC says yes. We'll try. Thankfully, the zone activates clean. No sign of a failed attempt. Solid entry. Energy erupts from the circle. Light climbing through the room. The Spirit Zone expands. Data readings spike on the instruments. The instructor asks Bro to say the furthest number visible. Asks again Bro's name. The kid seems embarrassed, told to be honest since this is for proper placement. Says the numbers aren't readable, too complex, too long. Admits the truth, can't read them well. Bro says it's not that the numbers are unreadable. They keep getting longer and longer. For real, the readings keep climbing. Tells Bro to just say the number in front right now. Energy floods the circle, numbers and symbols spiraling through the zone. Bro says 3.14. The room goes silent. There's no 3.14 among any numbers they've set. Of course there isn't. 3.14 is the start of an irrational number that extends past every boundary in the system. Asks what color Bro sees. The element indicator, blue, everywhere. Blue is coincident, rare on its own but manageable. Asks why the instructor vouched for this kid specifically. Hold on, this isn't any normal talent level. The headmaster's expression shifts. Writes the readings down. Data fills the chart, numbers climbing past the expected range. The headmaster stares at the results. Impossible count. Asks Bro how many orbs are visible around the zone. Bro can't count them. Too many to track. Says the number is close to 900. The headmaster's pen stops, writes the result down, face unreadable. Says one word, dangerous. Bro stands in the Spirit Zone. Says there's no need to count one by one. Can feel all of them, 867. The headmaster stares at the readout, repeats the number, 867, writes it down and mutters one word, dangerous. The red-haired instructor catches the reaction, asks what Bro scored. Our MC says the zone felt fine, could sense everything clearly. The headmaster runs through categories, convergence type, exception form, and the Spirit Zone is still abnormally large. Calls it great work, tells Bro the test is done, says the results need to be discussed privately, asks everyone to step outside the room. Bro walks out through the hall alone. A student mutters, did a stellar student just walk in? Another asks if Bro earned that, says the kid doesn't look like a noble, and the uniform doesn't match the vibe. Speculation that Bro might be a monk from an institution focused on meditation. One asks if Bro lied about the results. Maybe the numbers were inflated. A noble can't believe it. How could a commoner without formal training score that range when the Academy's own system shouldn't have allowed it? No point denying the influence of birth. Status matters at this school. Asks who Bro actually is and why the headmaster tested the kid personally. Another points out Class 5 has an opening and Bro might fill it. The headmaster recommends Class 5 placement. The red-haired instructor objects immediately, asks why, says the headmaster made the call after a full evaluation. The instructor argues that raw talent doesn't equal readiness. Bro lacks foundational knowledge entirely. Fires back that being honest means admitting the real issue. Doesn't want to be stuck teaching a student who needs years of catch-up. Ask the instructor directly, is the problem talent or teaching load? Whether the problem is that the instructor can't teach a talented student properly or that the work isn't worth the effort. Suggest moving Bro to class 10 instead. Start from the bottom. The instructor counters, the right fit would be 7, since the academy has 10 classes split into 3 tiers, and class 7 sites at the top of the beginner tier. A nod follows. Class 7. Bro will be assigned to class 7. The school system explained 10 classes total, split into beginner, intermediate, and advanced tiers. Based on the evaluation, students get placed into the tier matching their level. The 10 classes break into 3 larger groupings, and within each group, ranks shift based on performance. Entry-level students start at class 7 and work up. Graduation requires reaching the advanced tier, and beyond that lies real certification. Footsteps echo on stone. Students pour through the campus. A new face catches attention. Class 7 transfer from a noble family. Whispers spread. He's quiet, looks cold. But one girl admits Bro is good-looking, introduces himself, says the class number, and asks for their care. The crowd erupts, screams fill the courtyard. Bro finally made it. First day inside the Magic Academy walls. The academy sits on top of a mountain, all the surrounding land owned by the school, including dormitories, training grounds, a commercial district, and resource halls. The campus runs like a self-contained city. Classes end at separate times, so the campus stays active around the clock. Bro walks into a room, asks if anyone's there. 2 voices answer. A pair of voices respond, talking to them. Bro asks what they're comparing. They both stare. Compare with what? The confusion lands on both faces. Turns out the 2 were arguing about convergence theory while eating, completely normal for this place. The second combined training ground opens up. Students greeting each other, the red-haired girl walking through the crowd. Everyone calls out to her. Thanks for yesterday. Please sit here. A wave of attention from every direction. Bro spots the girl from across the room. The instructor stands at the front. Class is about to start. Tells the room that an advanced class session happens once a week, and this combined session covers every student. Says today there's a new face in the beginner class. Explains it's rare, but class 7 has a new member from the advanced track. Actually, corrects herself, from class 7. Asks if anyone saw the transfer paperwork. This student is already unusual. Bro's name gets called. Stand up and introduce yourself. Silence fills the room before Bro opens up. The introduction goes, name, class 7, asks for their care. Clapping echoes through the hall. The crowd screams again, full reception, walks through the corridors after, our MC still processing it all. 2 girls from the earlier testing recognize Bro, ask if the kid is the one from yesterday. One guesses Bro's family name sounds noble, must be high-ranking. The most elite noble family controls half the academy's funding and sends multiple children each generation. Do Bro and that family share a connection? Our MC says no, not related at all. Asks again, really? Well then, even more interesting, mentions the curiosity is real, wants to know which family Bro comes from. One more question, where did Bro learn magic? Bro stands quiet. 2 girls approach, recognize Bro from yesterday, and ask the same question. The red-haired girl's eyes lock on Bro from across the room, asks herself the same question the whole school is asking. Where did this commoner learn magic? Mentions wanting to see Bro in action more. The interest is only growing. The red-haired girl's presence shifts, curiosity mixed with intensity. Bro's name echoes through the hall again, wonders which family Bro belongs to. The speculation keeps building. Energy rips through the training ground, red light flares off the girl's hands. The red-haired girl, mid-cast, power spilling in every direction. Asks Bro directly, where did a commoner learn magic? Bro stands frozen. No answer comes fast enough. One word escapes under the breath, a curse. The red-haired girl's family carries a genius bloodline, a unique ability called red eyes passed down through every generation. That ability reads any condition on sight, bodies, skills, and states. Makes studying pointless when you can already see the answer. An arrow hits dead center. The crowd goes quiet. That was incredible. Applause from the instructor. The youngest daughter carries the most talent among all family members. The father praises her as expected, his perfect child. But the genius lineage is a cage. Everything expected, nothing earned on her own terms. calls it boring, hated every part of the gifted life. Family pressure from every direction, always the name, always the reputation. Declares freedom, can do whatever she wants without the family hanging over every move. Power erupts, pure rebellion in action. The person who sent the rebellious girl back home was a low-class boy from the academy. The whole class stares at Bro, seated at the front, uniform fresh. A curse slips out under her breath, cognitive dissonance hits, the girl's shoes are uncomfortable, and the excuse barely holds. The real problem, the girl can. To figure out how a low-class boy ended up here, and the inability to read Bro drives her insane. The embarrassment from the past crashes back, wants to disappear, screams internally about the old encounter, tells herself the kid couldn't possibly remember. 5 years ago, flashback to the first meeting, asks Bro about the biggest market in town, gives directions. Where the market district ends, the girl stood there 5 years ago. Asks if Bro remembers, the senior from back then. Turns out Bro was abandoned and taken in by the noble family servant, already enrolled at the academy by that point. Confirms that's everything, of course. One detail that keeps eating at her, Bro is actually interested in the girl. A memory of clothes being removed, the girl panics, absolutely refuses to accept that version of events, shuts the memory down hard. Needs to prove Bro forgot. The whole past has to stay buried. The instructor begins class, explains what a spirit zone actually is. The concept boils down to a magic zone that starts inside the body and expands outward. Bro watches the demonstration, energy flowing from the instructor's hands. The instructor enters the spirit zone live. Visible energy expanding from the center. Bro can see it. The magic zone with actual eyes for the first time. Confirms Bro can use the spirit zone too. Diameter 10 meters. This is the standard form. Rare to see this size in a beginner. Already impressive? The instructor gives a nod. Our MC's spirit zone activates. 20 meters across, filling the practice room. Bro feels it, finally able to see real magic up close. A small fire forms in the instructor's palm. Calls it a demonstration. Asks if Bro can hit. The target with the spirit zone, active. The fireball vanishes mid-air. The spirit zone absorbed it before contact. Explains the mechanics. Magic only works inside the spirit zone, and the zone controls everything within its boundaries. If the caster extends the zone until it reaches the target, magic becomes possible at range. Energy climbs toward the ceiling, a beam shooting straight up. Fire erupts at the top. The instructor hit the target from across the room. The class reacts, gasps, and cheers. But there's a fatal flaw. The spirit zone loses density the farther it stretches. That means the force of magic drops with distance, a real combat limitation. 4 forms of spirit zone exist. Each solves the problem differently: offense, defense, cross, and sequence. Those are the 4 categories. The first form is a basic 3-dimensional shape, easy to visualize, hard to break. The more faces the shape has, the stronger the defense, and the harder it becomes to maintain. Calls the next exercise opening the target spirit. An advanced test. Explains the goal. Control spirit zone output to compress and extend. However, for most students, direct extension isn't realistic, which is why the 4th form exists, sequence. Explains that rapid activation switches between the other forms. Impossible for most, but real for the gifted. The teacher says the first test will determine placement. A student gets called to demonstrate. Asks if we'll get promoted for this? The instructor says only if the spirit zone exits the body fully. The girl's zone rips outward, clean separation from the body, hovering in the air. The spirit zone left the body, gasps from every seat. Bro can't process it, says the zone is a part of the caster, so separation should be impossible. Asks what's at the center of that detached zone. The detached zone is an offensive form that only the strongest can maintain. The spirit zone itself became a weapon. Yellow mode lets the caster infinitely activate within the zone, and red adds the advantage of instant analysis from every direction. The crowd can't believe it. The girl is on a completely different level. Asks who she is. Class 4, advanced tier. The student who holds first place in speed for the lower school, and the crowd already knew. Every student confirms, as expected, the top of this year's class. The girl's eye fills the frame, says she doesn't want the attention right now. The cross form, one of the 4 spirit zone directions, built for long range, handles multiple targets with ease, but if the spirit zone is supported with a mana point capable of spinning it quickly, the red-haired girl activates cross form mid-air, fire blasting from both hands. A barrage of fireballs rip across the arena, every target hit clean. The crowd reacts, the girl from class 4 doing a demonstration, and it's incredible. The speed test has targets changing direction along the wall. Asks if Bro will ever cast that fast. Full accuracy, every shot landing on target without a single miss. Even her movements look elegant under pressure. Bro watches from below, calls her amazing. A classmate says the girl belongs in a different league entirely. The spirit zone reactivates on the test platform, stepping back into the circle. Bro studies every detail from the audience. Green eyes glance toward Bro, mid-cast, caught by the whole room. Blue eyes staring back at Green, and the connection holds for a full beat. Students catch it. Did the girl just look at the new kid? Screams internally. Looked at Bro without meaning to. Refuses to admit any connection. The past stays buried. Swears the two of them don't know each other. Absolutely certain. Remembers everything. The boy from 5 years ago who saw the worst version of her. Asks herself why the memory won't fade. Can't handle the idea that Bro might remember too. Debates whether to shut Bro down before any rumor spreads. Realizes making a scene would only confirm the connection. If Bro knows about the red eye ability, things get complicated. Bro's face surfaces in the girl's mind, and the frustration peaks. After the demonstration, the class moves to defense form. The instructor explains the basics. The defense form creates a mana barrier around the caster, compressing the zone into a tight shape and holding it, Bro, listening from the circle. Bro says the compression worked, thinks the defense form activated, but there's no way to confirm it. The form can't be seen from outside the zone. Asks the instructor if the image zone is available, wants to use it for verification. The instructor warns against experimenting during evaluation. Classmates say Bro is cute for pushing boundaries. The red-haired girl watches from the balcony. Class 7 activated a spirit zone during a beginner test. Asks what the kid is doing in Class 7 with that kind of output. Makes no sense. The girl's senior asks why her mood shifted, says the energy around her is getting scary. The whole arena fills with light. Bro's spirit zone expanding across the test floor. Bro walks into the center of the zone, stands alone in the circle. Our MC says the words. Finally meeting magic for real. The spirit zone expands again, data readings spiking on every instrument in the room. Students gasp at the size, ask what's happening. Diameter 20 meters and climbing. The instrument can barely keep up. Asks how much bigger it will get. The zone hits a wall. The instructor screams, stop. Diameter 23 meters, cracked the test boundary clean. Class 5 threshold crossed. The headmaster explains the placement grades got pushed. Density should have been thin at that range, but the spread kept going. The zone stabilizes. The instructor says it's finally stopped. Now the defense form asks Bro to hold it. Blue light contracts inward, a tight barrier forming. The reading holds, Class 4 defense already. The red-haired girl stares down from the balcony. No, this won't be a simple class error. Bro realizes the issue. What's the difference between forcing the zone outward and keeping it compressed inside? Understands now, to change the spirit zone's form, mental power gets consumed. Maintaining any form at any size takes constant effort. That means intentionally holding the zone small also drains energy. If making the spirit zone small is the problem, Bro decides to try the opposite. Reverts the spirit zone to full size, releases every constraint. The crowd screams. The zone is getting even bigger. Energy floods the entire arena floor. Readings spike past every previous limit. Diameter 23 meters. The instruments max out. The red-haired girl's jaw drops. Asks what's happening. 25 meters, still climbing. 41 meters. The number fills the display. Asks how a single student can carry a spirit zone this massive. Bro realizes the full zone needs to be compressed and folded at the same time, and activates all 4 forms simultaneously. Energy collapses and rebuilds in a single motion. The 4 forms merge. Fold completes. The crowd can barely speak. The new student succeeded in the 4 forms on the first day, and the whole school just watched it happen. Watched it. Bro says the feeling is real, standing inside a complete spirit zone for the first time. The instructor notes the zone is still abnormally large, asks if this should be classified as the upper tier already, says the 4-form structure is still raw, needs refinement, but the foundation is there, asks the girl what she thinks, confirms Bro is the same kid who humiliated her years ago, admits Bro will catch up in class numbers fast, and the influence will grow. Change of plans. The girl needs to approach Bro before the kid gets too powerful to control. Green eyes narrow, says approaching Bro quietly is the only option left.